Thank you. All right, so place we left off. I think we did through 8. So we need at least 9 through 12 to keep things moving. But hold on, is my yeah, it should be fine. The 9 and 10 are, if you followed along with me the first time, are in this. They're in different documents than they're in the first document. So in order to do 11, 12, we'll go to the other document, which should take 0 seconds to accomplish. All right, so now we have our first curved surface, which offers new challenges and opportunities. But can't remember. Somebody showed me how to do the auto view thing, but that's fine. So, like I said, this is the first one with any sort of curved surface or curved edges. So it's going to, there are special rules for that, and we're going to learn them. All right, so you can see already that's kind of small. Let's go to a 1 to 3 scale, or I'm going to actually set it as 4 and or 1 to 4, and then that way I can show you how to fix it. So there's front and top, front and right. Click on front. There we go. And before we do anything, we can adjust our scale. So we should view properties and change it to, let's say 1 to 3 is probably going to be good. And I think we were able to get rid of these things. Also, I don't think we need specific scale because this document isn't designed to be like held up and measured, and knowing the scale is not relevant. What's relevant is the dimensions on there. If you needed to like print it out and hold a ruler against something, then a scale would be relevant, but not here. So let's do our minor adjustments. Right click, show shaded view. And the other 3, right click, show hidden lines, but I don't think there are hidden lines. Oh wait, yeah, there is. All right, so curved surfaces have, or curved edges, which is all you can't really see surfaces, well, sort of, have 2 concepts or 2 ways to, 2 main things that you need to accomplish: size and location. Okay, and we're going to do that first because a lot of times the size and location will solve our issues with width, height, and depth. All right, in order to do that, we need some center points. Okay, so we can get the dimension tool and, oh wait, no, we need a center point tool, which we haven't used before. Where is this going to be? Center point, center mark. Yeah. Okay, so center mark tool, and on any surface that is curved or any edge that's curved, click on it, and we should be able to adjust this. I don't like how big this is. Let's see. How can we shrink this? I guess it has to be that big because it's supposed to. All right, we'll do it from the beginning. All right, so center mark tool and click on the curved surface. I'm still not crazy about this. I guess it sort of goes into, do we have a setting for I'll see if we can find something later. All right, well, maybe we do need to go one. This really shouldn't be that big, I don't think. I guess that's all right. All right, so size, if it's a circle, full circle, it's dimensioned by its diameter. And if it's an arc, any partial point of a circle, it's going to be dimensioned by its radius. So all you need to do is get the dimension tool, and you almost never will need to fix it. But you can see that's why it says R. For putting a dimension line, dimension arrow on a curved surface, try not to do like perfectly straight up and down or horizontal. Obviously here, that's where the arc ends, horizontal and vertical right here. But when it's a circle, even when it's a full circle, we try not to have these extension arrows come out straight up and down. Doesn't have to be 45, but something like that works fine for here. And so we have the curved surface here. Then it's location. And the location is dimension to the center point. And since we're dealing two-dimensional, the location is the width and the height of this point. So that center point is this distance from the side, which now we're starting at the point where we're going to have a lot of things crossing over. Of course, we like between adjacent views, but now we're already crossing over here, so putting down here is probably better. And the other thing for this center point is the distance, it's vertical distance, either from the bottom up or from the top down. And this offers the same issues as the 2-inch one there. And we've done this. We've done its size and its location. And location requires two different dimensions on a two-dimensional view. Now, I think we're probably going to get a little crammed for space. So let's change precision to like 1 decimal should be fine. All right. And so that's it for this curved surface. Other side, we need size and location, dimension tool. Click on this. Now, it's kind of tricky to do because it will let you do this, but this is not ideal, I don't think. You're better off something like this. Out here is good. And for that size and location is height and width, or it's two dimensions, but its height is total height. So that's going to solve our issues for our total height dimensions. And its location width-wise is total width, which can go here, but then we're still crossing over this. Maybe total width is better here. You can see how when it gets very messy very quickly when you have something, and this isn't even that complex of a part, but so we've done height and width, or the location of the center point, 2 ways. Since it's a front view, height and width, and its size and location, size and location. So we've handled our curved surfaces. Now we can go through and do our, width, height, and depth. Okay, starting on the left side, the first thing that happens is this center mark, which we already got. The next thing that happens is this endpoint here, but we've got this point taken care of. As long as we know where this point is width-wise, we know it's 3 away from it. Why won't it let me move it? Yeah, it's 3 away, so we don't need to dimension to sort of where this curve starts or finishes because it is handled with this dimension. And the other width is total width. We got it. Height down to up. First thing that happens is this edge. But again, if it's part of a curved line, a curved object line, it's handled by the curved dimension. As long as we have total height, which is what we do have, we don't need it. Okay, so that's it for height. We are already done with height. And then depth, there's only total depth. And that can go wherever. There you go, part 9, drawing 9. And hopefully you get to the point where you just follow these sort of mantras and you end up with something that works fine. And you can, if you recall how we made this, we started with a block that was 9 by 6 by 4. We rounded over this edge, which is a radius of 2. We didn't need to dimension the center point because we knew when we made it, it was just filleting the corner, rounding over the corner. But this lets you know that if it's 2 and 2 off of 7 and 4 off of 6, that this is a perfect quarter of an arc. And same thing for this. We knew it was a 3-inch arc. Well, we made it with a 6-inch circle, but a 3-inch radius arc from the corner. That's all you need to make it. Okay, remember, if you need it to make it, it needs to be in the drawing, but nothing else. All right, part 10. Let's do a new drawing. Default this thing. And eventually we'll get there. Where are we? 10. And yeah, I think we can just start with 1 to 3 and see what happens. It's gonna be close. It's a pretty narrow part, so it should be okay. And I click shaded view. Eventually click 1, 2, 3, right click, show hidden lines. Should be at least 1. Yeah. Although this is a weird hidden line because it represents like this arc, which there isn't an edge there. So there kind of shouldn't be a line there. I mean, there is, because this hidden line is giving almost no information about the fact that it's representing a curve. And that's why we sort of try to ignore hidden lines. All right, so curved surface. First thing, center mark. And click anywhere on that. Fine. And then we just need size and location of the arc, the curved surface. Size, we click on pretty much anywhere and bring it out this way. It's not the end of the world. Sometimes you'll see it like inside. And that's not terrible. If things get kind of tight, we might do that. The key is just crossing over lines as few as possible. I really wish we could do these things smaller so that they don't touch. Yeah, if you don't mind, I think we'll just go with that. Dragging this smaller than, or just barely smaller than the shape so that the center lines don't actually touch the part. I don't know, it just crosses so many object lines. It's a little awkward. And so size and then location, it's width location from the left side because it's going to be one of our width locations. That's fine. And its height location is total height, so we can just do that. And so the curved surface is handled, size and location. So now let's do width left to right. The first thing that happens is this edge, but we don't need it because it's handled by this. We've already got the location of the center mark, and we don't need to dimension to the other edge because we've got it handled that way. And the only other width is total width, which can go either place. Top view would have a shorter extension line, but that's fine. And then that's it for width. Height. First thing that kind of happens is this hidden line, but that's, again, handled by the radius. Only other height is total height, and we've got that already. And then depth, the only other depth is total depth. And there you go. That is it for drawing 10. So let's, if you have these in separate documents, let's close this document and go to parts 1 through, or 11 through 20. We'll do a couple of them there. And eventually, oh, let's do, let's actually look at the part. All right, so let's work our way through this one. Create drawing, default, it's already called part 11, so it should be called drawing 11. And I don't know why we're struggling here. Oh, it's working. Give it a second. Is it working? Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, I do think we're gonna have to rename it because it's still called drawing 1 from, because it is the first drawing from this document. And eventually it will load up. Choose the part first. We're looking for 11 and part, well, yeah, part 11. And I'm going to stick with a 1:4 ratio just because this has a lot of dimensions and I'm guessing it's going to get kind of crowded with dimensioning. Did it give me that center mark already? That's nice. I wonder if it's because it's a complete circle. It knows we want a center mark, but that's fine for now. Let's turn off projected view, right click on drawing and rename it to drawing 11. And we'll do right click, show shaded view. And click, shift click, right click, show hidden lines, which there will definitely be some. Yep, there you go. All right, so we've got curved surfaces, center mark. They already gave us this one. Other ones are this one, and this one. Okay, so we've got our center marks handled. Technically, they're supposed to be center lines, which would be, I should be able to click on, edge to edge center line. So yeah, there you go. All right, so edge to edge center line is essentially, so this one, this center line that I just did, I'll do it again. Edge to edge center line gives you a center line between these hidden lines, which shows you where the center of this circle is. But as it would go through, you'll see it lines up exactly because it's that. It's like if you're looking down, because it's the top view, on that center mark. Okay. And from the right side, we go like this, which is kind of awkward. And then this one also gets one. Can't really do one for this because it's not a actual. Should we do? I'm not sure if you need one for the other ones, but that's fine. Should we do this at all? I think so. All right, so let's do some sizes and then some locations. So on the front view, we definitely need one for the outside, and we need one for the inside. And you'll notice they're both dimensions of 2, but that's because the outer one is a radius of 2, the inner one is diameter of 2. That's the symbol for diameter. Does it for you. And its location, well, the distance from the left side in is like that, and the distance from the bottom up is like that. Let's shrink our precision a little bit. Like that. Okay, so size and location for that one, good. Oh, completely forgot. Wherever you have a curved surface, curved edge, you want to dimension it where it looks like a curve. Meaning this circle is a through hole, but you wouldn't dimension the diameter of the circle right there. Okay, you can see it comes up as a diameter. The distance between these two hidden lines is the diameter. It knows the hidden line because it knows the diameter because it knows it's a circle, but we don't want the size of that circle to be to hidden lines. We want it to be where it looks like a circle. Okay, so size and location for that one. Same thing over here. Size of the outer one, size of the inner one. And we should be able to edit this. And do we get? Yeah. All right. So because on this one view, because on the same view, meaning like the top view, this right here is the same as this and they're related and everything, we can save ourselves a dimension, TYP, which means typical, which means anything that looks like it is the same. The way you do that is, well, you got to escape out of dimension tool, right click on it, edit, and type capital TYP. And there you go. Okay, that saves us a dimension. Then we need, so we have the size of both of these, and this one is taken care of by TYP. Location, we need to locate the center mark, which we need its height, well, really its depth, from one of the edges. And we need the center mark from going something horizontally, which you can't really dimension to the center, the most of that point. So you kind of have to go back here. And we need the center mark for this one also, the horizontal dimension. We don't need the vertical dimension for this because these extension lines cross over. And that is all the curved surfaces. So we get through width. Most of them will be taken care of for us. Okay, first thing that happens is the center mark, which is handled here. The next thing that happens is this far side, which, oh, I didn't do a center mark for the outer part. There we go. Okay, the next thing that would happen is the distance from here to here, but we don't need that because we have this dimension handles all of that. Next thing that happens is this center mark we've got. Next thing that happens is this center mark we got. And the last thing we have is total width, but total width is just the sum of that 9-inch one and this 2-inch one. So we never need that total width. Okay, so that's it for width. Height, down to up. First thing that happens is this ledge. We definitely need that. Next thing that happens is the height to the center mark, which we've already got over here. And the last thing that happens is total height, but total height is just the sum of this and this. So we don't need total height, or we've got it. We can infer it from what we already have. Okay, so we just need depth, and there's only one depth dimension, and it's total depth. It's getting a little crowded here, so we'll just throw it there. Although you could say that you can infer it from the 2 inches from the back gets you to here, and then another 2 inches gets you to the front, but that's a little much. So we'll call that there for 9. Okay, tricky things to remember are center marks for through center marks. Anytime like it's a complete cutaway, we need these center from edge to edge center lines. All right, par 12. New create drawing. And par 12. Starts at 1 to 5. That's strange. Let's try 1 to 4. Set. Top view. It's nice. It gives us the center marks pretty consistently. Okay, turn off projected, right click, show shaded view. Hold down shift, right click, show hidden lines. And okay, so we've got curved surfaces. Let's take care of those. Let's do center marks first. We already have a center mark for the circles. We just need center marks for that extend all the way to the edges of the whole thing. And we need edge to edge center lines, which this hole that goes all the way through left to right, looking down from the top is this one. So we need a center line there. And I think that's the only one. We would need one here. Yeah, go ahead and put one there to extends it out, which is a key, shows that it extends out. And same thing here, the holes that go vertically need one. I guess we need them here also. Okay, these little two extensions past the object line show the viewer that it is a through cut. Okay, extension line's good. Let's do some size and location. Okay, so up here we have a size of the inner one, which we can do right click, edit, and do TYP. And same thing for the outer one. I might want to move these up a little bit. The outer one is good also. Or it's the same as the other one. Same. The outer ones are the same, so we do TYP. And again, it's getting kind of crowded with precision. Let's turn it down to a decimal or one place. And okay, so that's the size of those. Let's do some location. We kind of know the depth front to back, because if it's 2 inches here, 2 inches there, I guess we don't know it's directly in the center yet. So we do need to locate the location here. And we can either put this one here and leave these where they are, or switch them. That's fine. And the location widthwise, since we can't dimension to the like tops or farthest points of this, we have to dimension to other sort of orthogonal or straight on things. So we can do the distance between there and there. And so if we consider, like, normally when we do a drawing with square things, our anchor point is essentially like the top left of the full block, and everything widthwise and height-wise is based off of that. For this, since it's not square at any of the perimeter, we kind of are using this as our anchor point to work from. That's going to be awkward when we get to here. we'll deal with that in a second. We'll leave a problem for future us. So we have size and location for both of these curved surfaces and the outside ones too. Okay, over here, even though this radius of 2 is the same as this, TYP only counts for the same view. So we can't rely on that to handle. So we need the inner one and the outer one. D for dimension and go like that. And its location. This is easy from the width. Okay, it's getting kind of crowded there. Let's do it to the other side or to the bottom. I think bottom's fine for this one. And its height to the center point, and that actually covers our total height. Now, for width, there's one thing we don't know. Well, we can dimension, now just straight to our straight on width lines. We can dimension the width of this tower part, but there's no way to know where this starts and ends where we are. So we either need to dimension like from the center mark here, or if we're using this as our sort of odd anchor point, that will get us, that'll let us know where this starts, and then we have its total width or the width of this tower part, and we can infer the rest of them. So that's an awkward one, but it works. Okay, so that's width. Height, down to up. First thing that happens is this edge here. And we need that. Next thing that happens is the height of the center mark. We've got that handled. And the total height is handled by the height of the center mark plus this radius. Done. Then depth. We already got depth because we have this oh no, not that one. This is the one that tells us depth because it's 2 to that center point and 2 to the other. From front and back, it's 2, so good to go. And that is it for drawing. Let's rename it. Drawing 12. Okay. And that's where we're going to end this for today. Make sure that if you're missing any assignments, you come show me. I will check